In this lesson, we will finish the initial setup process of the mech's weapons. Let's go ahead and spend the time renaming the joints we made in the previous lesson. So this first joint, the root, will be renamed to JDRV for joint driver _L _ gun telescope _A01. So this is for the first piece of the weapon that should telescope out. We'll go ahead and copy its name, and let's now rename the end joint. Keep in mind it's the end joint that will actually skin to, so that as that starts to translate forward, that'll drive the translation of the piece it should control. Nice. Alright, so I made sure to give it a prefix of bind. Let's now go ahead and take the root, duplicate it, we'll right click and choose select hierarchy. That'll grab not only the selected object, but anything parented to it. What we can do now is jump over to our channel box and set the radius here to about 1.5, something a little bit less, so we can now select this chain a bit easier. Fantastic. Now let's go ahead and rename this chain. So instead of A, it'll be B01 as our suffix. Let's do the same thing for the child joint. Fantastic. Alright, one more time. Let's go ahead and duplicate this chain. We'll now go ahead and right click and choose select hierarchy. We'll go ahead and set the radius to 1. Fantastic. Now, let's get this renamed. So we'll just go ahead and get rid of telescope and the letter that follows. This will simply be JDRV L gun 01. Alright, let's go ahead and copy this name. Go to the child joint, paste. Fantastic. And we'll go ahead and change the prefix to bind. Alright, wonderful. Now it's time to mirror these across. Keep in mind we don't want to parent first because we will mirror across the parent plane. So again, just to make this clear, if I were to go ahead and take this first chain and parent to the forearm, that's where we're going to parent to eventually. If I were to now go ahead and use the mirror joint tool, again we mirror across that plane. So instead, let's go ahead and make sure that doesn't happen. We'll go ahead and make sure that this chain is still a child of the world. So it's the origin that we mirror across. So now when we rerun the mirror joint tool, everything works just fine. So there's one chain, let's go to the next and press the G key. And we have one more to mirror. Fantastic. And now we can go ahead and parent to our forearm bone. So we'll start with the left side. We'll grab the first 3 roots. We'll now go ahead and shift select the forearm and press the P key. Let's do the same thing for the right side. Fantastic. Alright, so once we've managed to get those parented, it's now time to basically finish this lesson by skinning our geometry. So let's go ahead and bring back our mesh. With the outer piece selected, we'll now go ahead and hide the model via its display layer so we can quickly get to its end joint, and now we can apply our smooth bind tool. Fantastic. So watch this. With this joint still selected, let's go ahead and grab our move tool with the W key. We'll go ahead and bring our model back, and watch as we start to move down in the x-axis. Take a look, we're keeping the angle we need. How exciting is that? Fantastic. Alright, let's go ahead and do the same thing for the other pieces. Again, we grab the geometry, we can now go ahead and hide the model, grab the next end joint, and apply a smooth bind. Fantastic, let's test this out. Go ahead and have this scope out, and that looks nice. Alright, one more object for the left side. So remember, if you wanted to, you can grab the joint first, and then go in and grab the mesh, and then bind. Let's go ahead and test this out. Fantastic. So this looks great. So here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and take care of the right side. I'll leave that up to you because the steps are the same. And in the next lesson, we'll basically finish up by using a driven key to control the gun. That'll be fun. And that rhymed, yes. Haha.